Welcome back to Brotherly Beliefs, Faith, Family, and Fun. I'm Malik.
And I'm Tristan. Join us for candid conversations about life tapestry, from the faith that binds us to the family that shapes us to the pure fun woven in every moment. So grab a cup of coffee and settle in and join us for this episode
Of
Brotherly Beliefs.
Man, so here's a good question.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Do you believe everything happens for a reason?
As in, elaborate, i.e., explain.
So we'll say the good things that happen. Like, say you found $100 on the ground.
I don't know, man.
You don't know? Or what if you or like ran into somebody that that benefited you? You think everything in that aspect happens?
Yeah. Like the money thing, I think that's more of a test of character.
Yeah, true.
Hey.
Especially if there's a lot of people around you.
You know, not even that. When there's nobody around.
No, well, I'm saying, if nobody's around, then who would you return it to? You know.
But integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Right. Yeah. But
right. So you hear a story about people who find finds people's wallets, right? And search high and low, like nonstop, until they find the person whose wallet it belongs to.
I ain't gonna lie. I went to round one on like Saturday, and there was a wallet. And there was a lot of cash in there.
Really?
Yeah. A part of me wanted to take some of it. I was like, no.
Temptation.
Temptation. And I took it up to the front desk. I was like, hey, somebody lost their wallet.
They took the money out of it.
At least I did my part, you know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, do you believe everything like...
Yeah, I do. And I believe like good and bad, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Why do you ask?
Because, okay, so everything happens for a reason. Do you believe that God is the reason for everything that happens, good and bad?
Yes, 100%.
Why is that?
Because if you're trying to get somewhere, God's not going to just put you there. He's going to lay a path for you to get there. So you're going to have highs and lows on that journey. So,
do you think people that get like robbed are like killed?
Or killed?
Yeah, do you think that's part of God's plan?
Free will.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
If I decide to shoot you and you die, right? What?
And you die.
And you die.
It was
right?
a choice.
No. And you die. You could live. I could shoot you and you can live. People get shot and live all the time, man. No. What do you mean?
But you like, and you
It's
die.
not
Like I just chose to die. Like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
No, but if I decide to shoot you and you die from it, right? I made that choice. That was free will.
So you don't think that plays a part in everything happens for a reason?
No, that's free will, right?
But what about to me, the one who got shot? Or my family?
I think...
The one who lost someone. You think that everything happens for a reason for them?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think, and the only reason I asked you this is because I watched church this past Sunday. So it was a great message. So long story short, the pastor said that, which New Spring Church, great church. You guys should definitely listen if you guys, just listen. But I asked that because even I, up until last Sunday, thought that like everything was supposed to happen for a reason, you know what I mean? I thought that like the miscarriages and things like that, just going through stuff like that was supposed to happen for a reason. But the pastor like clarified that horrible things like that isn't supposed to happen, you know what I mean? Like God is a loving God. Why would he purposefully make you suffer, you know what I'm saying? So he specified this, and let me dive deeper into this a little bit. So, do you know who, like, reigns over the world? Like, who has, like, you know what I mean? Like, authority over the world?
No one? NATO?
No.
Are you talking about like religiously or like?
Yeah.
In God.
Kind of, sort of. So.
Elaborate what you mean.
Yeah. So. In Genesis, who were the first two people?
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve. So when God created Adam, he also created Eve from man, which was Adam. So
from his rib.
Exactly, yeah. So when he made those two, he gave them the world. He said that you guys will reign and create the world to what it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? He gave all that authority to them. Well, you know the story with that, right? How the serpent, which was Satan, deceived Eve.
That's all in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, exactly. Deceived Eve and made her eat the fruit. I won't say it's an apple, but then Eve had Adam eat it as well. So with that was a deal. It was like Satan was like, eat this and it will grant you like power or whatever. He lied basically.
Knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, he was basically like trading over what they were given from God, because in Jesus's lifetime, he was he was tried to like be stopped to be putting on the cross. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the person that tried to stop him was Satan. He was like,
yes, for 40 days, and he fasted for all 40 days. On the 41st day, Satan gave up. Did you know this?
Yeah, I knew that about temptation and all that. Yeah, but he was like, if you don't go to the cross, I will give you what was given to me. I will give you what was given to me, and which is like authority and like being able to reign over the territory, which was the world. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that translates back to Adam and Eve when they were given that authority and things like that. With him deceiving them, he was given that authority over the world.
So
does that make sense?
No. Right? Let's go back. Because originally, Adam and Eve weren't in the world. They were only in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Right? So they weren't sent out into the world until after they had the knowledge of good and evil.
Right.
So the storyline doesn't make sense on that.
So
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I hear what you mean.
They weren't given the authority of the world until after they left the Garden of Eden. So serpent would have already happened.
Yeah.
So how did he trade something that they don't have?
Well, maybe, and I could be wrong, but the way that the pastor was saying it was that at somewhere in that moment, that's when Satan got that authority over the world. So with Adam and Eve losing the you know what I mean, mm-hmm. the authority and all that, or the Garden of Eden or whatever, they were kicked out, you know what I'm saying? And then they were sent to the world.
Yeah.
So I think somewhere in there was where Satan was given that authority, you know what I mean? So you have to watch that
I will.
series. Yeah, the episode. But it's crazy to think back on that, because that somewhere in there, that's when Satan was given the world. So it makes sense going back on seeing things like everything. All we've known was everything happens for a reason, you know what I mean? When things like rape and like abortions and all that stuff, you know, it's just, or I won't say abortions, but miscarriages and things like that. All the bad that happens, that's not what was supposed to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's just crazy to think about. Like I've thought my whole life that, you know, everything happens like, you know what I'm saying, like that for a reason. And then just this last Sunday, you know, that was revealed to me. So that's crazy to think about.
So would you say everything good comes from God, everything bad comes from Satan?
Yeah. But I mean, like you said, there's different things where it's through God's path to build you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do believe in that. But as far as like things like what I was describing, no, I don't think that's part of the plan. But I don't know. How can you pick and choose? You know?
Yeah, and that's genuinely like
The question at hand.
Yeah, and so
how do you know exactly
would
what?
you say? Yeah, and would you say like? And this is kind of how I gauge it, right? Me personally, right?
Mm.
If it takes sin to get there, you're on the wrong path.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Well, it takes temptation to get there. It takes lustfulness, whatever it may be, whatever gluttony.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be, whatever. Like, if you have to sin to get on that path, it's probably not a good path.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably not God's path for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So.
Yeah, and that's crazy because how do we know? You know what I mean? And like you said, obviously, if it's a sinful path, then no. But just think like bad things happening to you. You know what I mean? How can you decipher whether that's the devil or if that's God? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's really no way to go. And that's where you have to trust God, right?
Yeah.
And that's where even in these in hardship,
in those dark times,
hardship and tragedy or whatever else, you have to kind of. It goes back to the footprints in the sand, right? Trust God to carry you through these, through whatever it is, and yeah, man, I don't know. It's just. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's something deep to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of deep things to think about, and it's not me questioning God, you know what I mean? But 100%. It's just me being ignorant, you know. I don't know everything, and 100%. That's the goal, is to learn as much as we can, you know, and spread the truth. So
100%, and Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
And in my own words, that just means like fearing and wanting to know more about God, so that way you're in his, like, in the good, you know what I mean? You're on the good side of him, you know what I'm saying? But the people that don't want to learn is like pushes away from him, you know, are fools, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So whether they know it or not, it's foolish, you know.
Anyway, so in first Kings, right? Chapter 3, Solomon is basically granted whatever he wants from God, right? And he asked for wisdom. Not wealth, not money, nothing else, right? Because he knew wisdom, everything else would come, right? God says, because you have asked for wisdom and no longer longed for like money, riches, power, anything like that, anything worldly, like wealth, quote unquote, I will grant it to you. Right? And so the power of knowledge, like the more you learn, and this is part of my own personal prayer, right? Every day I ask for knowledge, right? To learn more, to absorb, to have the ability to absorb more of everything. And so everything else will come into play, like will fall into place after you get that knowledge, after you have that knowledge to trust God in whatever the situation is, and kind of it's kind of like Carrie Underwood, right? Jesus take the wheel, right? When you let God take that wheel, and kind of just let him steer for you, and let him take you down whatever path you're supposed to be on, you'll find whatever it is that's meant for you.
Yeah, that's crazy. So how do you How do you know what's meant for you? At what point during that path?
As in?
Because, like, everybody's path is different. Right now, I think that God is leading me through the path of being a videographer because that's what I've been wanting to do, but that's just me. So how do I know the difference? I feel like I get blessed, in different ways when it comes to videography, you know what I'm saying, through my business. So that's kind of a way that I see, like, maybe this is my path, So how would you see it?
Right? Because good question. Right?
Yeah, it's something to think about for real.
Right, because
a lot of people don't even know, even until they're like in their 50s, until they actually find out what their path is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really.
So there's no time.
And there's no telling. You could easily be working against God right now. You don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Right, and that's the truth. And I don't know. It's easy to say, like, whatever path is easiest, but that's not true, right? Because God's gonna, along your path, God's going to build you into the person you need to be at the end of your journey, right? And so,
and there's another thing. There's another thing that that Pastor Mark talked about was it's instead of reason, it's more of like purpose. You know what I mean? Like, so you go through something that builds your character. It's not about why you went through it. It's about like what's going to happen after you go through it. You know what I mean? So that building character.
Yeah.
It talked about after. Right, exactly. It talked about how Jesus was on earth and one of his apostles asked him, like, why is this man blind? Like, did he sin in the womb? Like, is it something his parents did? Because obviously nobody knows exactly, you know what I'm saying? So he got the privilege to ask Jesus, you know what I'm saying? So Jesus was like, no, it's not about what he did, you know what I'm saying? Like, that got him to be blind, It's like, it's about what I'm about to do. So then he goes and heals the blind man, and now he could see. So it's just like the purpose was that he was able to what's the word? Like show the gospel, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of the other word, but he was able to show that gospel to everybody that was around in that crowd. Like, this man has been blind his whole life, and this, like, the man of God, you know what I'm saying? He came and healed the man of his blindness. So it was for that purpose, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to find your purpose instead of like looking for a reason.
Yeah, 100%. And there's no, like, and I think that's what a lot of people do. That's where a lot of people, right? Because rather than following passion, they follow money.
Right, yeah.
Right? We can use, like, flight, right? Me going to flight school, right? Mm-hmm. There's money involved. Don't get me wrong, there is. Mm-hmm. But I've always had, like, a drive for it. Like, I've always, like, thought it was so cool. Like, to be able to do it is just, like, the dopest thing that I could ever think of.
Right. Do you believe that money is the root of all evil?
Greed.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's a difference, right? It's when you don't know when to stop, or that's all you're in it for, right? Because...
And then, like, what you do to get it, you know what I'm saying?
100%, right? Because I can speak from my own personal experience, right? I've done things for money, like, for the sole purpose of money, and then it became more of an ego thing of how much money can I make, and then you get to a point where you're always trying to do something bigger to get that bigger payday or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, what are you doing with your money at the same time? Are you making all this money to have all these lavish cars, all right? And that's not me saying people shouldn't treat themselves, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
I think it's to where I think it's only bad because, like I said, or like you said, greed is the way I feel that it's evil. You know what I'm saying? Because it's to a point where you're putting money over God. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're worshiping money. You know, like you're living for money. You know, and obviously we need money in order to survive. We need money in order to do things. You know what I'm saying? Go places or whatever. But it's to the point where there's people with a lot of money, but they put God over it. You know what I'm saying? So that it's not evil. And then whatever they do with their money, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they like selling their soul to the devil, or like are they like cursing God in order to get the money and things like that's different ways that you could it could be evil. You know,
what you're doing with your money is even right. Are you looking down upon people who are less fortunate?
Right. Yeah.
Are you laughing at the people who are on the corner asking for change? And this is not me saying I'm a great person. I give money every time I see somebody on the corner.
Truthfully,
but I try.
Don't know.
But I try.
Yeah.
I just gave $2 to someone literally before I got here.
Right, and then that's another thing too, is because you don't know anyone's situation, but there's been times where the people that's begging for money is in a place of where they have money, you know what I'm saying? They're doing fine in life. And there's people that actually are like starving, like they don't have anything, you know? So I also do give money whenever I can, you know, whenever I have it. But I do it in a place of this person obviously is doing this. So some way, somehow they're in like, something's putting them in this position to do this. So it's just me knowing I'm doing it for the right reason, you know, whatever their situation may be, at least I helped out, you know what I'm saying? And then that also goes for like, obviously I'm not saying this because I'm not going to buy somebody like drugs or something like that. But some people that are homeless or don't have money have their wants and needs too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's homeless or whatever, they just get given, like, they receive food or like warm clothes. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we like to spoil ourselves. We buy ourselves nice watches and hats and like just things like that. So one time I seen a lady sitting in front of a Quick Trip, and I was like, is there anything I can get you in here? Like, is there anything that you want? You know what I'm saying? She wanted a pack of cigarettes. I was like, okay, I'm not 21, but if you come in here with me, I'll buy them for you. You know what I'm saying? So it just having the luxury of being able to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? So there's different things like that.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just, you don't know anybody's story, man. You don't know how they got there. There's a lot of homeless vets, like, and personally, I was just talking about this. I said, there's two places. Dang, I can't even think about it. I know one of them was, I could never allow myself to be homeless. I don't have the drive to, like, I don't have, like, there's no way. Like, there's 100% no way. Like, that is the one position I could ever put myself in. I'll go hungry. Like, someone could tell me, you can't eat for the next 30 days. If you do, you are homeless, and I promise you I would not eat. I couldn't. Like, there's no way. Yeah, man, that's the one place, like, oh, and I can't take the city bus. I've done it. It's not like
Really?
it's not like I'm above it. Like I'm like too good for it. I've done it. I've been there, but I can never allow myself to get back to that position. I couldn't.
Why is that?
Have you ever heard the city bus?
No. That's why I'm asking. I have no idea.
It's a wild place, man.
So, like, is it because of things that happen on there, like the atmosphere?
It's just the atmosphere. Like, and there's good people who ride the city bus, but public transportation, man, is one thing that I'm not talking about like Uber or like anything like that. And maybe if I moved to a big city, that would change, like New York or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like somewhere where public transportation is bigger, subways, stuff like that. But like city buses here, no, can't. It just.
Yeah. Luckily, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to not have to. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed with transportation, whether it's like my parents, you know what I'm saying, or my friends, or just me having my own car. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I've walked from south side of Wichita all the way to like Wesley, like what is that, Hillside in Central, all the way back, like to and from.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Far.
Hell far. That's crazy.
Took the bus. I've suffered, but I can't. I've like struggled through it and just rolled the storm, but I just can't allow myself to be put back in that position.
Right.
It's not the atmosphere I want.
Yeah. And I don't ever want to be put in that situation, you know what I'm saying? So it's different because you were in that situation and you have that drive to never be in that situation again.
Yeah.
I've never been in it, but I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put myself in that position, you know what I'm saying? And obviously things happen, you know what I'm saying, to where you just end up, you know, but as long as I can help it, I'm going to keep away from it.
Yeah. And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Think you could survive a zombie apocalypse? That's what I've been thinking about today.
You say you've been thinking a lot about it?
Just today. This would have been on my mind. Do you think you could survive a zombie apocalypse?
No. I don't think so. Because, I mean, I'd have to survive. Eventually, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
But whether it be from zombies or not, I don't know.
Like if we just broke down the zombie apocalypse right now, who would be the first 5 people you call? Obviously, Savannah and the babies don't count, but who would be the first 5 people you call?
I don't know. Just to survive?
Yeah, like you have your 5 duos, and we can include couples, right? Because I'll include that as one person. We got 5 people to call, right? Whoever they bring with you can come, but you have 5 initial people. You got to have your team.
I know you'd be one of them. That's just because you have like experience with guns and all that. So that's obviously somebody I want to have on my team. But other than that, I don't know.
I've thought about this, right? It'd be you, Dad, Jason, June, and E.
That's crazy too. Why you pick each of those people?
So, you, Dad, Jason, the 4 of us, I think we have enough strength to get us out of any like crazy situation, right? Anything that needed lifted up out of our way or anything like that, I think the 4 of us could get it. June and E, I would trust them to have my back, right? So if it was ever any shitty situation, I trust them in their decisions for the best of us. And I think that 6 of us.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go far, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know.
I have the Ranger. And we talked about this today. The Ranger is the best truck, or like best vehicle to have in a zombie apocalypse. It has the bed. We can throw everybody in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, it's easy to fix. September 3, it'd be easy to just run stuff over.
Hey, yeah.
Like,
hit whatever.
Yeah, genuinely. And I would not have to worry about it breaking or anything.
Yeah, no damage to
I
the
know
body.
it's going to... It's been through a lot, and I know it can run over
some durability.
Oh,
is
yeah,
great.
man. Yeah. It's a Ranger. It has 270,000 miles on it and still runs like a beaut. Starts up, no problem.
Yeah, that's good.
Just fixed the brake line, and now it's just perfectly fine.
Yeah. Man. So...
What would be the first place you stopped?
During a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, with your fight. Like, you could even split up your teams.
The grocery store.
That's it?
The grocery store, either a pharmacy, just anything like that. You got to get your necessities, you know?
So, this is what
Gun store, too.
Yeah,
got to get your weapons.
I'd send... There's 6 of us, so I send 2 people to an auto parts store. 2 people to a like hospital or pharmacy or something, and then 2 people to a gun store. And then after that, we'd all regroup, right? And we have our significant others, so they could all go with us and help. But after that, we drive until we find like a farm.
Yeah, set up shop there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Place far away from land. It'd be cool if you could even like find an island. You know what I'm saying?
We're not finding out. Brightwater Bay has the island in the middle of it.
Man, that's crazy.
Just steal a boat.
Gasoline would be a big thing too. Almost everything takes gas. So.
Yeah. Well, then we just hook up a truck and just pull one of the like petrol tanks. Just to steal one.
Yeah, for real. It wouldn't even be stealing at that point.
Yeah, it's just
there's no rules. Yeah. That's crazy. Man.
I've thought about this, man. I've really been thinking about this. Of how I would do it.
Yeah.
Like, or if like a war popped off in the U.S. I think I got it.
Yeah.
I think I could hold my own.
Yeah. What are you doing if, like, they say they're going to bomb us? Or what if you don't even know? Like, what if you just look up and there's a bomb heading straight for us?
What do I do then?
Yeah, what can you do? Man, that's crazy.
I got a 2-day warning. I'm out.
Yeah, for real. It only take me 1 day to get across the
I'm telling you, that's the best part about Kansas.
Yeah. That's crazy.
24 hours, I'm in Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I'm stealing
Florida,
a cruise ship.
Yep.
Stealing a cruise ship, and I'm going to be great.
Yep.
But I also think that would be more of a rapture, and I'd be out by then.
Right, yeah. That's what I've been thinking this whole time, but I was trying to stay on the zombie thing.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I think that'd be like a rapture, and I'd be gone, I'd be out.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Everybody else would be fending for themselves.
Yeah, and that's why you got to give your life to Christ, man. That's the only way.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the last person on earth, you know what I'm saying? So, that's crazy. But, so we talked about money and things like that. Have you ever fasted before? For biblically reasons?
Biblical reasons. I have fasted before, not for biblical reasons, but I thought about doing it.
Yeah, I have too. And it's something that we truthfully should do often, just like communion, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But, I mean, with fasting, back then, they did it with food. But really, fasting, it can go for, like, whatever you can't stay away from. Like, you can fast from, like, any electronics, you know what I'm saying? Like, no phones, no games, you know what I'm saying? Just disconnecting yourself from social media.
Yeah.
But I used to do that a lot, and I've had great outcomes from doing that. But I never did it for a biblical reason, you know what I'm saying? So.
No, I thought about doing, like, food fasting.
Huh? Have I ever thought about doing
it? No, I've been thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Is doing a fast.
Yeah.
But I'd be hungry, man.
Yeah, it'll teach you discipline, that's for sure. It'll teach you a lot. Teach you how to be hungry.
6 hours, I'm starving.
Yeah. There's people that they don't eat until 6 p.m., or there's people that don't eat after 6 p.m., or there's people that fast for like weeks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they just eat water.
Guys who've done like 30-day fast.
Yeah.
They just eat water?
Drink water. I was hoping you'd pass that. Hope that was going over your head. But yeah, man, I think that's something that I need to start doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I pray every day, you know what I mean? And obviously there's more things that I can do for God, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I think fasting should be one of them, and communion once a month should be one of them too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I really like, and I truly want to, and I truly been thinking about fasting and starting a fast. But that's a long time not to eat, man.
Start slow. Just do
like a week.
Yeah, you can just start 3 days, and the next time you fast, do a week. Next time you fast, you can do another week. You know what I'm saying? But it's at least you're starting. You know, you're at least like.
I don't know if I have the body weight.
Getting there.
I don't know if I have the body weight to do it. I'm not as big as I was. If I would have done it straight out of my deployment, I think I would have been fine. Mm-hmm. But now I'm like. I'm like 150. At 6 foot, that's not big.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I was 175 still, or 185, I would have been fine. Yeah. 185, and I fast for 30 days, I would have been fine. I'd have been really lean afterwards, but...
Yeah. I don't know. It's so many different ways to fast with food and all that. So I don't know. I don't know how I would do it or whatever. I'd probably start out with the 3 days, just not eating anything and just drinking water for 3 days.
Why are you crying?
Because I was yawning. I always do that when I yawn.
No, and I need to get back in the gym, man.
Me too. And here soon, that gym membership is coming right back. I need it. Although it's not good weight, I've been maintaining weight. I've been at 180 even after like the last time I was in the gym. I was at 180, but now I'm at 183. You know,
yeah,
and that was like 6-7 months ago. Maybe
think you're losing muscle mass and
for sure.
Fat? Well, you have to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the only
not
way.
Me.
I know I'm not gaining no muscle. So
not me.
Why you say that?
Well, I'm definitely losing muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gaining fat.
Yeah, because there's nothing replacing that weight.
I take that back. I'm skinny fat.
You're skinny fat.
Yeah, I got a little gut, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm starting to get it, man. I don't like it. I mean, it's not terrible.
But you have a different build than me. You're already like stocky, so it looks normal on you. Skinny fat's not a good look.
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
Dude, I'm a skinny dude. I'm a skinny dude with a beer gut. What the like? What do you mean? Yeah. It's a weird look, dude. I can't wear a tank top this summer.
Yeah, I hear you. Man.
I can cut it down real fast because I am skinny.
Yeah.
But
fast metabolism.
I need to slow down.
Yeah. My body has been like shaped itself to accommodate all the muscles that I was growing, you know what I'm saying? Stretch marks, and like now I got loose skin because of it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like it.
my thing about going to the gym is I have such a high metabolism that I have to eat so much that like when I was deployed it was so easy because Army provides food and I eat 4 times a day and snack in between. Mm-hmm. I eat protein or drink protein. Mm-hmm. I did the same thing you did with water.
Eat protein.
Well, I would eat
protein.
Protein, like
eat water.
Protein bars, but I'd also drink protein shakes and like Mass Gainer. That was my best friend.
Yeah,
I do all this and I would gain weight, but I was taking in easily 4,000 calories. Yeah. 3,500, 4,000 calories.
That's the way to do it too. That's the way to do it. That's tracking your calories. That's the best way to do it.
But that's so high.
Yeah, it's a lot.
35 to 4,000. Yeah, like, you're gonna think
you're about gagging yourself to the next meal.
Yeah, think about it. Like Think about how much that cost, like in civilian wise.
Oh yeah,
bro.
That's another thing. Yeah, that's another reason you can't do it. It costs so much. Just like being able to eat like that, you know, you're spending all your free money on.
HelloFresh, if you want to sponsor me with high protein meals,
yeah,
I will take it.
For real.
But no, man. Like I don't know, man. I just.
Yeah. And that's another thing that ties in with like God and all that. It's your body's a temple, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm not a good example.
Well, you said
I smoke and I like.
Well, I mean, everybody's. I don't know if I would say it's a sin, but everybody does, like, you know, just things worldly. Like that. Yeah.
But that's worldly. Yeah, it's still sinful. 100%, it's sinful.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's an herb, if it's tobacco, whatever it is, because it's all plants. It's all plant based. Tobacco is plant based. Weed or like marijuana is plant based. Cocaine is plant based. Is it sinful to do cocaine?
Yeah, I mean, good point.
Yeah, like it's all opiates are plant based.
Yeah, there's so many sinful things, but yeah, I mean, I'm just as bad as you though. No sin is greater than the other. You smoke cigarettes, but at the same time, I'm not working out. Like I'm just letting myself yeah. So I'm not taking care of my body. So yeah.
You think drinking alcohol is sinful?
I don't know because they did. They
drink wine.
Yeah, exactly. They drank wine back then. So I don't know.
I've been thinking about that lately, like not drinking.
I think too much, obviously, like to where it becomes like an obsession, or you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Like there's a limit for sure, and that just goes with anything. But no, I wouldn't say it's a sin because they drank wine back then. So I don't know. I mean, that's part of communion, you know, drinking wine as the blood of Christ. You know what I'm saying? And then the bread as the body. So I don't think so. I don't know. But at the same time, I guess it depends on your purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And these are the things I think about, man. And I've thought about stop smoking because it is sinful, and I truly believe it's sinful. But at the same time, like, it's an addiction, and it's not easy, man.
Mm-hmm. That falls into temptation and stuff too, though.
Yeah, it does, and
being able to stay disciplined and break yourself from that. But obviously, it's easier said than done. You know?
It is, really.
You got to find a way to replace your addictions, like
you know,
every time you have those urges, you pray, or every time you have those urges, you read the Bible.
Here's the question for you, right? Because obviously, you said working out is a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people who are addicted to going to the gym, when it becomes an addiction, right? Do you think that's sinful?
It depends if you're putting it over God. You know what I'm saying? That's a way that I think of it. If you're putting,
because I think anything can be sinful.
Yeah. I think it all just ties into your purpose. You know what I mean? Like what? I don't know. I think it just depends on your purpose. But I think tying in with your body being a temple, if you're going to the gym too much, then you're not giving your body time to rest, and that's more damage inflicting than it is good to your body. So it's
put your body into excessive muscle failure,
mm-hmm.
and that's dangerous, dude. These people who don't take that into consideration, that's how people get hurt, man. Genuinely,
right?
That's how you get. And when you gotta take your vitamins, really, like you're people who go to the gym and complain about joint pain, stuff like this, like omega-3 fish oils, like really good for your joints, your nervous system, your brain, all of this stuff. You gotta, and I mean, it's all here for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Like, there's so many things, but your body is like,
There's so many
your body
things.
being in temple. Yeah, like there's so many things. It's not just keeping your body fit. Yeah. It's like your teeth too. You know what I'm saying? Keeping like your eyes, your ears.
I'm not a good person to say teeth. Well, no,
me neither.
Because I'm not.
I got stupid cavity.
No, I don't got no. I've never had a cavity in my entire life. I'm not nasty. Okay, dude, I'm not nasty.
You think I'm nasty because I got cavity?
No, I'm not nasty. I brush my teeth every day, twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't had my teeth cleaned by a dentist in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I brush my teeth every day. Use mouthwash, floss, all that. But, yeah, I haven't. I went to the dentist, but the Army, like, I didn't know anything about the benefits of the Army, like dental, and I wasn't on my parents' insurance anymore, and so I'd have PHA, which is like medical appointments for the Army, like dental come up, and I'd go, and they just like look at my teeth.
Yeah, I started getting really involved with my teeth when it started to hurt. So I want to say this back tooth was hurting, and it forced me because I mean I was doing like cleanings and 6 months of cleaning and all that, but it got to a point where my tooth was hurting. I was like, okay, at this point, just take it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do whatever's cheapest, just stop the pain, take it out. And from that moment forward, that was like I'll say 2-3 years ago. I've been constantly up to date with my teeth because I got my wisdom teeth pulled during that time to try and stop it. It didn't help, so I just wasted money. But then I got a root canal, which I haven't finished because a lot of money. My insurance wasn't covering practically anything, and just like 6 months cleaning in between. You know, you know what I'm saying? And then being able to pay out of pocket for those procedures and stuff like that. So I've been doing my best keeping up with my teeth and stuff like that. But there's, I have pretty teeth, but it's cavities and stuff like that. How's it going? No. But yeah, just stuff like that, So I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's just, and it's really a never-ending story, right? There's, like you said, there's so many things. Mm-hmm. It's a never-ending story, right? You can spend forever speaking about what you should and shouldn't do. Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know. Like and to go back on like your path, right? I don't know what path I'm on, man. I don't know, like, and I don't think anybody does. I don't think there's no way to know for certain if you're on the right path. I don't, genuinely, like, but I'm following my heart. I'm following what my internal calling is, and hopefully that matches up with God's calling. Mm-hmm. Because there's no way to differentiate the two. There's no way to like just know what your purpose, like what your godly purpose is. Right. All I can do is spread the gospel and do right by God. Yeah.
And with that being said,
this has been an episode of Brotherly Beliefs. Check us out on social media. We got Facebook, TikTok. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
That covers everything.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys like this episode. If you guys want to hear more things like this. It's been a while since we had a big conversation just about like beliefs and stuff like that. So if you guys like this, or if you guys just want to hear different stuff, let us know what you guys would like to hear. Make sure to comment below what you guys would like to hear and all that jazz.
Yeah, man. And make sure you share, turn your notification bell on, subscribe, all of the fun stuff, follow, whatever it is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.